Hey, good morning, it's Amy. I blog at amysaysso.com. I blog about running and I blog about triathlon. And today I'm bringing to you a book report because, we're in kindergarten, 5th grade, whatever. I just read, while I was on vacation, The Obesity Code, Unlocking the Secrets of Weight Loss. So I have read what I feel is kind of like a lot of nutrition books. Maybe it's not a lot, it feels like a lot. And usually, I'm one of those people that whatever I read, I want to apply immediately. So when I read the Born to Run book, the story of the Tarahuma runners, I wanted to try paleo. I tried to make pinole. I added chia seeds to my diet. So that's my normal thing. I've done that a couple times. I have to really be careful that when I read things, I don't immediately take it as gospel. Well, that was not the problem here. I didn't like this book. I found it really dry to read, which, it's nutrition, whatever, so on and so forth. But I also really found it very just kind of not convincing at all. He spends the beginning of the book sort of saying, the problems with all the other diets that are out there and that they all rely on one thing, and then he turns around and says what his one thing is, which is kind of a weird thing to do. And then the whole thing that he's about intermittent fasting. Don't eat any sugar, which I think is a pretty good tip. And intermittent fasting, which is that he gives you a schedule at the end of the book to follow to cut out your meals. And I have nothing against intermittent fasting. It probably does work because you're reducing how much time you're eating. And I generally think that most of us, including me, eat too much. So if this helps, then it's all good. I just didn't like the book. Sorry, Mr. Jason Fung. I didn't like it. I did not think. My biggest problem with the book is that the very end of it, where he gets so that I tagged it, right? So this whole section of the book is like just blah 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 blah, and then this section of the book, just this little tiny section in the middle here, this is supposed to be what you're supposed to do. And he just doesn't, like, he gives you a couple days of schedules, but he really doesn't explain or show or prove that what he says is true in any way. He like, where he shows you what to do, he just omits all of his like backup and science and examples and everything. There's just nothing there. It's just like, and here's what I say to do, and just because I say so. And I just sort of think that he does. My biggest problem overall with nutrition books is that a lot of them will just pick the part of the science that they want to show you that supports what they want you to believe. And I think that can be really bothersome, right? So he does that in this book. He takes reports. If you go back and look at some of the things he cites, he cited one small piece of a study that backs up his point, instead of saying this is one of the things in the study. There are some interesting things in there. I'm sure there are people who like this book. After all, other people like me bought it. So there you go. This is my video review of The Obesity Code. I know people like it better when I come online and say, oh my gosh, I love it so much, but so I don't like everything. That's just the way it goes. Have a wonderful day. It's a Friday here when I'm posting this in Miami, Florida, so I got a big weekend of training in the heat coming up. And I'm getting my coffee, and I'm gonna go do my workouts. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.